You've got a desperate need.
Yes.
All right? Desperados here.
Yes.
I've been desperate before. Probably right now. Souls. God to help us. You got a desperate cause. You got a desperate need. And here this woman said her child is demon possessed. Back in the day, I used to watch some, what you call those horror films. And one of my worst horror films I wish I never watched is The Ring. I watched this horror film called The Ring, and literally for the 3 weeks in a row I was having nightmares. And I couldn't wake up. It was this picture of this young girl that's coming out of some well. And I was just picturing the real picture of this child who is actually demon possessed. You can imagine this child, she's spinning out control. She's self-harming. She's here and there. And guess what? This woman is carrying her child to Jesus, thinking that Jesus will have pity on her. And guess what happens? She gets a kickback. In other words, you and I, sometimes life can give you a kick in the teeth or a kickback. You're asking and knocking on doors and things are not happening. You see, the reality of life, you are going to face kickbacks and trials. And your response is key. You and I must understand that life will throw challenges, curveballs at you. Obstacles, oppositions that will try to hinder your blessings and miracles. But us as believers and saints, we should not stop there. We shall press through. I want you to consider how you would respond to this situation if Jesus just kicks you back like this. Our text is really intriguing here, because some of you may be facing trials and tests right now. Kick in the teeth. This woman, was she discriminated? The Bible says that she was a Canaanite. People are continually discriminated through life. And yet it gets worse. She's called a dog. Can you imagine? You bring a need to Jesus and Jesus calls you a dog? Jack Russell, whatever. And you're thinking, if I got called a dog, I'm out of here. Forget church, Christianity. I'm going to become Buddha or Buddhist, whatever. Forget it. Do you remember what that preacher said to me? Here is what's taking place. But listen, what you see is something really powerful. She responds. And she's still pressing through. There's some lessons that we can learn here. Sometimes you're praying, God, can you move in my family, in my home, in my finances, in my workplaces. And you feel like it's just getting worse. But I'm coming to God and I'm not even getting any answers. Where do I go? I want to move on quickly, secondly, to crumble or courage. When you're faced with a trial or crisis, and you get an unexpected answer when you cry for help, you want help. Verse 21 to 23. Jesus went out from there and departed from Tyre and Sidon. Behold, a woman of Canaan from that region cried out, saying to him, have mercy on me, O Lord, my daughter is demon possessed. And guess what? Verse 23 said, he answered not a word. That's one of the hardest things with God. Silence. You want an answer, but God, I'm not hearing anything. That pause. Have you ever spoken to someone and they just give you the silent treatment? Gets you cross, gets you frustrated, and you want an answer right here, right now. But here is the Son of God, no answers. She came petitioning, and guess what? She's not acknowledged. So the question is, what do? She's crying out more. Our text says she cries out after us. And then Jesus says, no, we're only coming to the lost sheep of Israel. That was Jesus' mission to reach Judea, Jerusalem. And you know what? She doesn't give up. She comes to worship. How do you come to worship when you're facing rejection? When things are not going hard, money's not coming in, difficulty, but she's still worshipping God. That's a true Christian, amen. Despite the circumstances, I'm still going to worship God. She's still worshiping. And when she says, Lord, help me. You know what? That's one of the powerful prayer lines. You can pray for half an hour, but that is a prayer. That's a prayer of faith, and there's only 3 words. Lord, help me. You been in that position, or did you give up? Or did you throw in the towel? It's not good to take the bread and throw it to little dogs, that's what Jesus said. But what you see, something really powerful, is that, guess what? She says that I'm going to press through. You know what? What's really interesting, what we see about this lady, she describes, she displays one key character what I love, and it's called courage. Probably everyone's heard on the news what's happened, fortunately with Charlie Kirk. But one thing that stood out about when this man's life, and I pray that this will bring an absolute revival upon the world, the UK and the nation. He said, if you're to live for one purpose, what is that purpose, my friend? One word he mentioned, to be courageous in my faith. Everyone say courage.
Courage.
You see, you know what happened? Jesus said to this lady, it's not good for the children to throw the bread, to give the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs. And then she responded, verse 27,